Hello everybody, welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2, and today I get to drive a very special truck. This is the Volvo FH16, and this is the truck and trailer of Mr. Ash Heisenberg. And if you don't know who he is, I will tell you all about him on our journey today. Now, I don't play a lot of Euro Truck Simulator 2, certainly not as much as I'd like to, and I can safely say I've never driven this Volvo, and it looks really cool in here. Not a bad bunk area in the back. I really like the colours of the seats here, and the interior looks modern, and I love how all the controls are facing towards the driver. Let's fire it up. It sounds pretty good. So let's figure out how to get the parking brake off and get it into gear. There we go. I forgot to mention that we are transporting, I think it's empty barrels or empty pallets from Madrid in Spain, and we're going to Coimbra in Portugal. Now, I have to say that these mirrors are fantastic in this truck, and they're just in the perfect place in my opinion. So this is the dock door that they've asked us to go into, and it's kind of a little bit tight, but I guess all we can do is get the truck as close as we can there, steer far over to the fence but not too far, and we'll take this forward. And this is a tri-axle trailer. That's something I'm not particularly used to. I'm not even used to the lengths of these Euro trailers, so let's see if we make a complete mess of getting this one in here. I'm actually amazed just how well this is turning in there. I'd also forgotten, this is a steerable trailer. I'm not sure if Ash uses steerable trailers with his trucks, but that's what we've got today. So apologies if I'm not very good at judging this here. It's kind of hard to predict some of these steerable ones, but we're looking not too bad. Yeah, we've got it in the zone. I don't think we're going to get it in one. We'll line ourselves up a little bit better, but that was much easier than I thought. Alright, that's not perfect in the space. It's gone green, but it's not sitting perfect, so let's pull forward and make a better job of this. Now you're probably wondering, who is Ash Heisenberg and what is this truck? Well, Ash is a good friend of mine. He's a YouTube content creator, much like myself, and he makes some amazing American truck and Euro Truck Simulator 2 videos. He's put out a lot of YouTube shorts as well. Really, he can turn his hand to anything, and I'm going to tell you about some of the things that he does on our journey today. Okay, this is looking much better, so we will switch the engine off and let them load the cargo. That's us loaded, and it's time to go. And we just have to be mindful of all this crap over here on the left when we're leaving the yard. We're going to aim for the car over there on the right so we can get to the exit of the yard as straight as we possibly can. Well, no one on the side street. I wouldn't fancy turning left up that way with all those poles in the way. And check out the van there with the Stewback livery on it. Thank you, Moh Skinner, for that. I do appreciate it. Amazingly, there's no vehicles on the streets yet, so we will take that while the roads are quiet. Now you'll notice that the truck and trailer has very much a Breaking Bad theme to it, and Ash of course is a big fan of Breaking Bad. I did enjoy watching it all those years ago. I've not watched it in a long time, and what you might not realise about me is I've got quite a background in the chemical industry, so yeah, there were certain things on that show that was very appealing to me. I'm not sure I was the biggest fan of the final episode, but generally speaking I did enjoy the show. Well, as we cross the overpass, look down to the right hand side and we can see another ash transport trailer heading down the road. Now we've got to watch out for this truck which is coming off the slip road and just joining the roundabout now. That's one of my trucks, and they have a tendency, according to people in my community, of wrecking other vehicles in this sim. I don't know what they're talking about, to be honest. I've never seen them do anything wrong. My drivers are the best. We're going to head down on the A4 now, and the traffic luckily is fairly light. The sun is shining, the skies are blue, it looks like a perfect day to go trucking. Here's an outside view of the beautiful Ash Heisenberg truck and trailer. And of course you can download this truck and trailer skin on the Steam Workshop, and I'll put links for those in the video description should you wish to try these out for yourself. I would highly recommend that you do. Well, what can I tell you about Ash? He's been a very important person to me over the last couple of years. He's based in England, and he's been an awful lot of help and support to me. He used to feature quite heavily on our convoys within my community, and I remember when we were thinking about doing Farming Simulator, and Ash was the first guy to volunteer his paid server space for us. He put the maps on, he gave us tutorials of how it all worked. He really is an incredibly generous guy. So Ash, thank you so much for all of that. And one thing I'm noticing here is just how narrow and tight some of these roads are. I'm used to driving on American Truck Simulator, and of course I'm also used to driving on modded maps. And coming back here to the default base map, everything feels really narrow. Now you might think, with me being a European, I would find it much easier to drive in Euro Truck, but I actually don't. This is definitely nothing like the roads that I'm used to back in the UK. Well, for starters, we drive on the left hand side of the road, as you probably know. But the other thing that catches me out a lot here is the fact that the right hand lane, much like in the United States, just suddenly becomes an exit lane. We don't really have that in the UK. Our exit lane appears from nowhere, and then we slip into that if we want to exit the road. Just like in American Truck Simulator, with this game, you're always merging back in. You're in a truck, you want to be in the slow lane, but then it's an exit, and then you've got to merge into traffic, which seems dangerous to me. I don't know if that's how the roads really are in Europe. It's been a little while since I've driven in Europe to study form, but I know in the game that is very much the case, and so I guess the safe option is just to kind of straddle the middle lane. But as I say, it's not like that in the UK at all. We don't really have this problem of merging when lanes end. Well guys, we're making great progress here. I think this truck is the 750 horsepower version. In many cases I'm going like 20 over the limit, so I really have to watch out for that. So you're probably going to be looking here and thinking he's speeding all the time, and yes I am. I apologise for that. This truck is a beast. Oh, and what's going on up here? A massive roadblock. I don't know if there's been a crash. Let's go and have a look. Oh yeah, and sure enough, one of my buses has been sideswiped by this Mercedes Actros, and it's caused massive tailbacks. So back to the truck. I guess we'll be having a rest until they can clear up this mess. Well folks, you join me later, and we're well out into the countryside now. Look at these mountains in the background, aren't they stunning? I can definitely see the appeal of driving in Euro Truck Simulator. And it looks like we're heading into some sort of a tunnel, and I really have to watch my speed here because I'm flying. I feel a little bit nervous driving this truck today because I feel like it almost belongs to Ash and it's his pride and joy, his baby, and I'm wanting to look after it. And I did think about just babying it along the road here, but with this type of engine, this thing is really quick. And I think, well, what would Ash want me to do with this? I think he would want me to drive it pretty fast and pretty hard, and so that's what we're doing today. We're not holding back. I feel like Ash is the sort of guy, if he gives you the keys to his car and says, go take it out for a drive, he won't want you to take it easy. He'll want you to give it a good thrashing. And so I guess that's what we're doing today with the truck. We're really blowing the cobwebs out of this thing. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the video, you won't see a lot of new content on Ash's channel, and that's because he's not doing so well just now in terms of his health. He's not really able to put out content at the moment, so I guess this video is just my way of saying, hope you're doing well, Ash. On behalf of the folks that watch my videos, we want to send you our very best wishes, and we hope to see you back gaming with us very soon. Now, I think I've cracked my problem of the frame drops that I noticed recently in an American truck simulator video. Having quite a few drop frames for a period of time, and I think I've managed to eliminate it, but do let me know how it's going. I'm trying to record natively in 4K, but that's not easy when you're doing this with a head tracker. I like to try and keep it at 4K resolution, but if the frames are going to be a little bit variable, then we will scale that back a little bit. This is a recent issue that I found, particularly in the American truck game. We're mostly doing motorway miles today. Bit of a grind down the highway, but I have to say I'm very much enjoying driving this Volvo. I don't feel completely at ease driving these Euro trucks just yet. They just feel a little bit different than the American counterparts that I'm used to. I don't feel quite so much at home. Let's just take a look at this truck. I love the dark green colour. It looks amazing. British racing green, I guess you would call it. Of course, having Walter White's face there looks really cool and menacing. But now I understand why Ash used to drive this thing like a bat out of hell. And this 12-speed gearbox seems like a real good match for this engine. You can see the traffic is building up. That means we're getting close to our destination. I was told that it will get very busy where we're going, and I can see already, yeah, the traffic is getting a little bit crazy, so this might hold us up a little, but we're getting there. We've not got far to go. I wanted to take this opportunity, as I do in so many other videos, so sorry if this is repetitive for you regular viewers. I wanted to say big thank you for the views and the support on my YouTube channel. I know I always kind of shout out to the new subscribers and say thank you for subscribing, but I do appreciate the subscribers old and new, and thank you for viewing my videos. It does mean an awful lot to me when I see my videos have been well received. It does help my motivation to make that next video. And what do you think of the green tyre lettering on those Goodyear tyres? I really like that. I think that's a really nice touch. Now, you might see a few other unusual trucks and trailers on my video today, and that's because of an amazing guy called Moh Skinner, and he's made truck and trailer skins for Jurgen, and you'll see them as the Kheyar 3 trucks and trailers, and you'll see some of my ones out there as well, and you might also see some for Ian Thompson, that's ExaminerIan. You won't see them on default Euro Truck, but again, all are available from the Steam Workshop for you to download, and I'll put links for all of those trucks and trailer skins should you wish to have our versions in your game as well. Big thanks to Mo for creating these. I wanted to tell you guys a little story about something kind of weird that happened this week. I probably had 3 or 4 different conversations with completely different people, and it was about making YouTube videos. And each of these people had said to me, you know, I'm really thinking about making YouTube videos, or I should make a YouTube video on that. And my advice to those folks who were considering making YouTube videos was to go for it. Of course, in my limited experience of being a YouTuber, My one bit of advice I would give to anybody out there who's thinking about starting a YouTube channel is just do it. I know people will say make 20 videos and launch 20 videos at once and all that sort of stuff. That's good if you've got the time to do that, but who does? But honestly, my advice would be just do it. Even if it's absolute rubbish that you're putting out there, get your first video out there, and it probably won't get many views, if I'm honest, because certainly my first videos really didn't get any views. And I remember when I got like a subscriber, I was over the moon by that. Someone in the world actually wants to subscribe to my channel. They've actually clicked a button to subscribe, that they want to come back perhaps and watch something else from me. Yeah, and I think the problem that holds people back from making YouTube videos is they always want to wait for the right time. That's the wrong way to think about it, if you ask me. Best thing you can do is just make the video, and then you learn something from that, and you realize, oh, I didn't do that so well, or that was a bit of a mistake, or that video was too long, or whatever it might be. And the analytics for YouTube are wonderful. They really are amazing. If you use them, if you take the time to look through them, it's a very, very powerful tool. So that would be my advice. Go for it. Whatever your topic is, the audience will start to arrive, and you will learn a whole ton of stuff as you go. Oh, and here's another Ash Heisenberg trailer anyway, with the Better Call Saul logo on the back, being pulled by an old Renault Magnum. I don't know what this Ford Kuga is doing in front of me. He seems to be pulling away now. We just about ran into the back of him. Whoa, and we're hitting the brakes here. What's going on? And cars are flying up the inside of us here. Oh, we've got a fire truck. What's happened? Oh, I can't see anything here. But the cops have closed the road off. Nothing in front of the fire engine. So I don't know what was going on there. Perhaps something further down the road that they were dealing with. So we take a little bit of a detour and we go through yet another toll booth. Such is the way on European roads. And our destination should be just a couple miles down the road. It would be amazing if you'd go and check out Ash Heisenberg's YouTube channel and show him some love. Let him know that I sent you when you leave him a few comments. They're definitely worth checking out, and he is a great guy to support within the American and Euro Truck Simulator community. Now, do we need fuel? We're good for fuel, so we can just zip straight past. Man, what's going on the road now? These AI cars love slamming on the brakes. I don't know what that was about. I actually think that was the curtain sider passing that fuel truck up there and just about caused us all to wreck. Crazy. Oh, and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2, ladies and gentlemen. Look how narrow this is. You're probably thinking, I drive this all the time, this is not a big deal. Is that really how narrow these roads are in parts of Europe? Wow. We take paint off of Ash's truck. He is not going to be happy. Now I wasn't paying attention there and I just missed the exit, but you know what, that might have been a godsend because I'm looking down there below us and that road looks like a mess. That roundabout would be no fun to try and get round with this truck. The traffic here is incredible. It's very, very busy here. Is it always like this in the sim? I don't know. We're going to take this exit. We went over to the left just to let these trucks and cars get onto the road. We've gone back over to the right. And we should just be able to loop round at this next exit. And all should be well. I think I've driven in Portugal maybe once in the sim. And I do remember it looking very nice. I've been really impressed today, especially given we've been driving just on the motorways for most of it. It's been very picturesque. So I do hope you've enjoyed it. The traffic around here is a little bit crazy, so apologies for that. And I'm just hogging both lanes of the roundabout here because I don't want to get myself stuck. I hope my driving hasn't been too bad, but I'm honestly very rusty with this. And I'm slightly concerned about how the reverse job is going to be at our depot in a few minutes. So you might want to stay tuned to watch that, because it might be a laugh. This is not even really rush hour, is it? We're talking almost 8 PM and the roads here are just backed up. I mean, they're not even getting up onto the main road at the top of the hill there for some reason. I don't know what that's about. Okay, we must not run into the ambulance. That would not be good. Right, we just want to take this first exit, but I'm aware that that Volvo and ambulance are not going anywhere. Oh, the Volvo got up the side street. Now the Dacia is stopping. We'll have to let him go. Is the Mercedes going to let us go? Yep, he is. Okay, thank you. We'll pull out. And we're going to go into this quite narrow industrial estate here. And I believe we're dropping off on the left hand side at APP. Here we go. We made it here. So we're just going to roll up at the entrance here and we'll find out where they want this trailer dropped off. We have to go for the 40 XP option, don't we really? Yeah, I think we do. Let's go for it. I think we'll drive round the back of the entire building because that should be the easiest option, I guess. We'll put our hazard lights on and we'll take it easy rolling around the back. If you like the look of this truck and trailer, and of course why wouldn't you, and in my opinion it's one of the most beautiful paint jobs out there, then you can pick that up for free, and do use my links in the video description so you can install them and try them out for yourself. It'd be great to see others using the Ash Heisenberg livery on their truck and trailer. I believe it's only available for this model Volvo, however, and it's just for the default SCS trailers. Now, it's been a long time since I've reversed into a dock like this, one of these angled ones. I used to love them. I'm not sure how it's going to go with the steerable trailer. Is this going to make life easier for us or not? I don't know. We just gotta watch we don't hit the trailer next to us, but we're missing it so far. But I do hope you've enjoyed this little journey with me. Oh, it's gone green already, that's alright. Wow, this thing's been a dream to drive today. And a nice easy parking job there as well. Well, that's going to do us for today, folks. We'll turn off and let these guys go and get the empty pallets delivered into the warehouse. And I hope, Ash, you appreciate this little video that I made for you today and get some enjoyment out of watching your beautiful truck and trailer being thrashed around the streets of Europe. Well, everyone, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, you know exactly what to do. But most importantly, have an excellent day. And until the next video, take care.